So officially, good morning. Yes. We're going to work on some core exercises today. Yeah, for deep, close. Did you have spear pain? What did we do last week? Did you have spear pain last week? Yeah, evidently. It was good. So I'm going to take you through, and there's been a request to work on this hanging head pain and we can get in our necks from too much time on the computer, which I also now understand, having spent a lot of time. So we're going to start on our backs. Yay! Please don't fall asleep. So lay down on your back. Bend your knees. But today we're going to try to find the muscles that are closest to your spine and use those. So there'll be a lot of words like scooping, activating. There's a tendency sometimes to push the belly out in order to create some control, but we're going to try to make sure that in the exercises we do, we feel something. So I want you to move at a tempo, not to get it over with, but to activate these muscles. But first, let's find our regular breath. Walk your feet wide as your mat. Let your knees fall in on each other. You can turn your toes in a little bit to try to encourage that letting go. Place your hands on your lower belly. And exhale. You may gently open the eyes or keep them closed, whatever helps you focus. Slowly allow yourself to become aware of the breath. Really relax everything and notice that the breath is already there. Tendency is to do. I would like you to just feel. Notice that the belly rises on the inhale and releases on the exhale. Check any of your secondary doing muscles, your tongue and your jaw, and just make sure that they are letting go. And all of your focus is on that breath. Take a moment and dedicate your practice. Bring your hands in a prayer position in front of your heart. Yes, laying down on the ground. You may also place your hand palms on your heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep exhale. We'll take an Om on the floor, and the intention is to feel the vibration of your sound through the floor in your body. Deep breath in. Om. Swallow any saliva. Deep breath in. Oh. Whoa. Good. Release your hands, open out to the side. Straight out from your armpits, reach your arms out with the hand palms to the ceiling. And gently or firmly press your lower back fully into the floor. There will be a canteling, a tilting of the pelvis, and hold for 5, 4, draw all belly muscles towards the spine, 2, 1, release. Bring your feet a little bit as wide as the sit bones and make your knees vertical again. And we'll repeat this. Press the lower back into the mat. Hold. Notice that maybe some of the muscles around the sit bones start to activate a little bit. Release, deep breath in. Exhale, press the lower back. And not just pressing, but see if you can scoop the muscles from your schaambeen area up towards your navel. You're holding a long exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. And you may notice one side of your becken and lower back goes easier into the ground than the other. So try to get them both even. Inhale, release. On your own now, because I noticed that some of you have a shorter exhale. Doing it 3 more times. And release. See if you can sit evenly on the back of your becken. So your pelvic halves, right and left, you're laying on that part of your back. And there is, yes, a tiny curve that should exist in your lower back. Walk your feet even closer to your buttocks. Bring your hands now, palms down, reaching towards your feet. This is neutral. Check that there is pressure head lightly into the mat and feel that there is a curve in your neck. So the curve in your neck and the curve in your back are sort of trailing curves. They work together. Please now press the lower back into the ground, press your feet into the ground and roll up the spine by lifting the hips up. As you do that, press the knees away from you. You don't have to go high. Take a deep exhale and relax your chest strongly into the floor and roll down like you're melting each bone into the ground. And at a certain point, you use the abdominal muscles to roll through the lower back. Release to your neutral position. Inhale deep. Neutral is with those curves. Exhale, press the lower back. Use your feet instead of just your buttock. The feet should be the first thing. Lift up, keep both knees reaching parallel and away. On the exhale, melt your chest. So you might feel some stretching in the upper back, rolling down, and feel that moment where you have to pull the belly in to roll through the lower back. You have it? Yeah. Once again, after neutral spine, exhale, press the feet, feel the backs of the legs active. Guide your hips and knees evenly up. On the exhale, like someone put a pin in the balloon of your upper chest. And then rolling down, rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. Last one. Inhale, arching. Exhale, scooping. Scoop. Use your feet. Feel the backs of the legs. Feel the shoulders. Exhale, collapse the heart first, like you're trying to lengthen and put each bone one right after the other. Neutral spine. Stretch your legs out for a moment. Reach your arms over your head. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Circle your ankles with your legs stretched out. And walk your feet back in. Yeah. This is going to be now an exercise for the upper back to just change it up a bit. At home, make sure when you make a circle with your arms, you're not going to knock something over, right? So lift your head up and look at me. So I can demonstrate. A little core exercise while you watch me demonstrate. Arms go up and the hands touch. And then I slide my underarms and the backs of my hands, making a little fist, and bring my elbows to my sides. And then repeat. Lower your head down. The idea here, arms over your head, inhale. Exhale, bend. See if you can get the elbows to relax into the ground. And the idea is to keep the shoulder blades flat as you pull the elbows to your sides. You got it? Inhale, lift. And as soon as possible, elbows bend, let the whole back outside of your arm touch the floor. You'll feel probably some stretching. Inhale, arms go up. You've got it. 3 more times. Feel those shoulder blades. Because you're on the floor, you should be able to keep them flat on the floor or make them flat on your back as you pull. So one more time, you guys, especially here in this room, make a fist as you pull the elbows down. See if that changes some of the energy. Last time, if you're starting, it won't. Now I feel a stretch in the front of my chest as I try to keep those upper arm bones back. If you feel that too. Cross your hands now over your chest. Bring your chin up and back, up to your chest, and try to pull those shoulder blades off the floor. Lift up. And feel that scooping action. If you want to, bring your hands behind your head and 2-finger rule with each hand. And just little pulses, focusing on trying to keep the lower back into the floor. Little out breaths. Do you need a number, a goal? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Is your lower back still pressing down into the spine? Good. Arms reach up. Pull the elbows down, sideways. Stretch your legs out for a moment and feel. Deep breath in. Deep exhale. Bring your right knee to your chest. Flex your left leg. and deep inside the belly, lengthening that left leg long. Energize the feet by strongly flexing the feet and bring your head and shoulders off the floor towards the knee and press your lower back into the ground. As you bring the left knee in, lower back presses into the floor and you switch legs. Lower the head down. Reach, reach, reach. Energy, energy. There's a stretch we can have on the front of that right leg. Breathe in deep. Can you feel the shoulder blades? Exhale deep. Head and shoulders come off the floor. Press the lower back into the ground so the belly draws to the spine as we switch legs. Lower down, reach, reach, reach that left leg. Head comes down on the back, on the floor. And as we do that, we try to keep some firmness. Head comes off, shoulder blades come off the floor. Press the lower back into the ground, press and switch, stay, stretch, press and switch, stay, press and switch, stay. You can also hold your hand if you want to. If the neck is feeling a little bit weak, press your lower back into the ground. Press, switch your legs. Good. Keep your head off the floor. One more. And release. Feeling. Stretch both legs out. What a good job you did. Arms go over your head. Make a fist and pull the elbows down. As you do that, pull the belly and the ribs together. Good. Walk your feet in one more time and bring your right hand behind your head. Now, what happens to me is I need to actually stretch my spine. So I'm just going to walk my shoulder blades up and away from my lower back a little bit. Left hand is going to, this head, right hand is on your head to sort of support, but you still want to use. Left hand goes all the way around and taps the heel. Yes. So right hand behind the head, left hand tries to tap the heel and back. The heel and back. These are our side plank muscles. So we're going to do side plank. You ask yourself, try sideways. So you're moving all the way your body, sliding it until you touch that heel. Try not to cheat by moving your feet towards you. Tap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Stretch your legs out. Are we feeling some warmth? Arms go overhead. Reach your arms over your head. Make a fist. Pull the elbows down sideways. Other side. Walk your feet in. Left hand behind the head. And we want to get the shoulder blades off the floor. So bring your head off and your shoulder blades off. And tap the right ankle. Tap. Tap. Make a sound so you know you get there. And you're sort of doing a lateral movement. Do you guys feel something on the right side? Keep blowing out. Don't give up. It's very good for us to exercise the muscles close to the spot. 4, 3, keep breathing. 2, 1. One extra one. Lower down and stretch your legs out. Arms come over your head. Inhale deep. And pull the elbows sideways along the floor towards your rib cage. Knees to your chest. Arms out to the side. Take both knees to the right. towards the floor. As you come back, press your lower back into the ground and take your knees to the left. Notice you'll be pressing your arms into the floor to help you counterbalance. Take your knees to your chest, off the floor, and to the right. Back to center. To the left. Back to center. Draw the belly in to the right and stay for 3 breaths. Deep breath in. Deep exhale. On the next exhale, imagine you're doing the same thing. You're pulling the belly in and back to center and going to the left side. 3 deep breaths holding here. Good. Keep the knees up. Lay your knees on the floor completely. Knees on the floor, Frank. Knees. There you go. Breathe. Good, here we are. Let's stay on this side with our legs to the left and bring the right arm overhead and into this, elbows into the chest. Push yourself up to sitting. You can slide your top leg away and push yourself up to sitting. Hello. Oh. Come all the way forward on your hands and knees. I wore red today to inspire you for today's inner fire. But let's take advantage of that feeling and start to take our cat-cow pose. So that the cow pose is actually a stretch of the belly, and the cat pose is an activation of the belly. Moving through both, inhale, exhale, follow your breath. Make as much movement in your spine as possible. Look up to the sky, Anna, when you arch. Yeah. And at home, really try to find the same muscles for the lower back so we could start to move the lower back, not just the upper back. It's a lot for us. A lot of us, it's very easy to move the upper back. We want to try to really get into the lower back. Back. Good. Coming into child's pose, move your hips to your heels and stretch your arms out. Forehead rests on the ground. And lift up onto the tips of your fingers. So lift your elbows, your wrists, and come onto what we call spider fingers. And let your head relax down. So your arms are moving to the back of your head by letting gravity come into your head and your chest and your hips. Miriam, lift your elbows higher. Yeah, stretch your arms longer. Good. Frank, stretch your elbows completely straight. Breathe, breathe, breathe. This is your downward dog position in your arms, just a different hand. Rise up on all fours. Slide your right leg back behind you. And hug your belly muscles towards your spine. Roll your outer hip down so your hips are next to each other and lift your back leg up. Slowly bend the knee until the heel touches your buttock. Squeeze it with the flexed foot and then straight back out. And as you stretch the foot, feel like you're stretching the belly. Bend the knee, heel squeezes against the buttock. You want to feel your hamstring. And as you stretch the foot out, feel like you're stretching from the belly. Good. Bend, squeeze. Keep the hamstring active as you reach. One more. Bend, squeeze, and stretch. Knee comes into the chest. Round, round, round. Forehead to knee. And release. Tuck your toes under before we do the other side and take downward facing dog. Just to feel this feeling of the right leg and the left leg. Breathing deeply. And just like on child's pose, lift the armpits, lift the elbows. So you feel you're supporting the chest by lifting the arms towards the back of the head. Work the breath now. Deep breath. Strong exhale. Deep breath in. Strong exhale. Deep breath in. Strong exhale. Come forward into a high plank pose. Tuck your toes under and your knees to the floor. Knees to the floor. Now, lift your lower back. Take the curve out of your lower back. Lift your head and look forward and hold that in your belly as you lower yourself to the floor, keeping the toes to the floor. Good. Push yourself forward, drag yourself forward, roll your shoulders open, cobra pose. Back to child's pose. Exhale. Rise up on all fours. Lengthening through the crown of the head and the tailbone, and step here, slide your left foot straight back behind you. Inner spiral of the back leg. Outer left hip comes down next to right. Activate your belly for support. Lift your left leg up. Bend the heel, squeeze it against the buttock, and stretch it straight out. Bend the knee, keeping it in line. Squeeze it against the buttock and stretch it back out. Keep the toes turning down so you can look down and see. Bend, squeeze. Keep your inner thigh lifted and your outer thigh stretched. Two more. Bend, squeeze so you feel the buttock and the hamstring. Exhale. One more. Squeeze. Extend, and then knee comes into the chest. Use your belly to round, 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 forehead to knee. Release. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. As you're here in downward dog, receive the energy you're creating from this practice. Lift your armpits up towards the back of your head. Lift your elbows up towards the back of the head and let your heart melt. Breathe. Look at your toes and your knees and make sure their inner thighs are pushing up and back. Good. Come into a high plank pose. Knees to the floor, toes stay attached to the ground. Take the curve out of the lower back. So you feel that upward scooping to the rib cage. Hold that there as you lower to the floor. In. Cobra pose. Back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet towards your hands. Grab your elbows. And feel the lower belly drawing into the spine to support your back while you allow the upper body to relax. If you'd like to gently look to the side of your shin with both arms holding your elbows, and then the other side, take a sideways look on your legs. And release your hands. Touch your fingertips to your shins, your knees. Stijve vingers op je scheenbenen aan de voorkant. And bring yourself halfway lifting. Inhale deep. Hands in your waist. Exhale. Belly activates. Shoulders back, ears back. Rise up nice and tall. Feel all those muscles preparing us to stand in mountain pose. How are we feeling? You feel it? Good. Bend the knees. Lift the toes. Shake, 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 shake. Let it all hang out, especially if you're at home by yourself. No one cares, right? You shouldn't care. Anyway. Good. Here's an exercise for this beautiful, maybe it feels released already, Miriam, but here's that exercise here for that, I call it the hanger. Right? Bring the elbows in front of you and feel all the energy that we've created that keeps you supported here. Open the elbows out, keeping your hands on top of your elbows. Pull your shoulders back and open the elbows as far as possible without thrusting your chin forward. Hold 3, 2. You want to have this feeling that all the muscles around that little hump are coming together. After sneeze. And release. Coming back forward. Closing even the sides of the ribs together, the sides of the belly together. Opening slowly. Right about now, take your oksels naar achter. Hold your core, especially as the elbows go behind you. Feel that you're letting the muscles around that hump come together. Holding 3, 2, please breathe. 1, and close. Can we do 2 more of these? The hump. This is an anti-hump exercise. Right about now, take your armpits back, your oksels, and open. Yeah, take your ears back too. Your ears, not the top of your head, but the oorlel. Release. Inhale. And again, exhale. Your job is to make sure your hands stay above your elbows. Take your armpits back and then feel the squeeze. Try not to thrust your chin forward, but literally take your ears also back. Stay here and try to bring your arms up to touch each other, keeping that feeling in your back strong. Even if it's a diamond shape, make a fist and pull your elbows straight down. You should feel some strength there. Open the hands one more time and keeping that feeling of muscularity there. Touch the fingertips, even if it's a diamond shape. Make a fist. Shoulder blades are on the back. Good. All the way down now to elbows, to rib cage. Release your hands. And feels good, huh? These are also muscles on the back that come towards the spine. So the muscles that bring the shoulder blades on the back is what we need, especially if we're hanging our heads to look at our phones. Yeah, good. Shoulders rolling. The phone head. Good. Take one arm up and back. bend. The other arm up and back, bend. Up and back, up and back, up and back. And I want you to be aware of, don't just do it, but feel the movement of the arm and the arm socket. It twists. Now both. When the arms go back, take your ears back a little bit so we don't renew the hump, but we try to keep the shoulder blades on the back. 3, you should feel it. The muscles getting a little bit tired. 1, and hands behind the back, interlace your fingers. Roll the shoulders open, lift your chest, and root down through strong buttocks into the feet. Zip up in the belly, bend your knees, lay down on your thigh. Draw your belly in to support the spine. Take 5 deep breaths here, feeling a stretch. Careful, my dear, not to lock your knees. Letting the blood flush your head. Deep breath. Draw your hands down by your sides. Slide your hands down your legs to the floor and walk your feet, making sure they're as wide as your sit bones. Lean back into chair pose. Back into the buttocks. Bring your hands forward and pause here. Bring the hands on your thighs. And take the curve out of your lower back by moving the ribs back. Roll your shoulders back. Bring your arms out to the side like we were just doing the anti-hump exercise. Can you still recall that feeling on the shoulders and the shoulder blades? And look forward. Come up to standing, keeping that energy in the shoulder blades. Lift the arms, even if it's just a little diamond touch. Pull, make a fist. Elbows pull down towards your sides. Mountain pose. Close your eyes and feel this incredible energy coursing through your body. You creating this energy. It's coming from you. Bend your knees, and as you bend the knees, feel a lift from the schambein muscles up to the navel. Stand again. Let's try not to slide the knees forward, but make space and let the sit bones go straight down. So we do still have that curve in the lower back. Straighten the legs. So we want to feel that we're lifting to make space without shoving the hips out. Straighten the legs. One more time. Bend. Yeah, had to walk over. Good. So here we are with bent knees. Take the weight back into the heels. Start to feel something happening in the buttocks. Take your right heel off and stretch your toes. Stretch over the whole toe, lifting the heel and keeping the energy hugging into the big toe. Lift the belly, open the arms out to the side. Feel this familiar anti-hump exercise in your shoulder blades. Lift your foot off, balance. Feel the belly hugging in, ears back over top of the shoulders, so shoulder blades are strong. Touch the floor, slide or tap, 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 leaning forward. Keep the shoulders strong. Shoulder blades, lean, lean, lean till you get a full stretched leg and fingertips touch the floor. Breathe in deep, lift the belly and try to lengthen the front of that right hip. Good. Walk that foot back more, Frank, till the heel comes off the floor. Look at me. That's it. And now, Miriam, bring your fingers back so that you're 90 degrees. Because right now you're here, right? That's good. Bring the back knee on the. That's so strange. I have no idea what that is. The speaker in the room just went off. Super creepy. Oh, I think they're working. Yeah. Yeah. I fixed it. Oh, Merry Christmas, everybody. Bring your back knee down on the ground and bring your body up to vertical. Oh, there's never an end to the excitement. All right, so this is a stretch for your lease. Toes are under in the back. 90 degrees, so we're not here, but we're here. Tuck the tailbone under until you feel an upward energy to your belly. It's not just a gripping, but tuck the tailbone under. Press with your left hand and your right arm goes up to the sky. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Now, again, are you squeezing the shoulder up to the ear to get that lift? See if you can lift up to the rib cage. Maybe if you don't need your hand on your knee, you can bring the left hand to your right rib and pull your right rib up, pressing down. Good. Lean forward, forward, forward. Hold onto the lower belly and take a twist. Walking the back knee back a little bit. Right elbow down on the knee. Lift and twist the belly. Hugging the muscles into the spine. Deep breath in. Feeling all what we created there and release your hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. Take a moment in downward dog as a rest pose to feel and receive the energy of your practice. Check that your toes are even. Inner thighs and downward dog go in, back, and wide. Beautiful. That was it, Miriam. You're good. You feel the balance? It's good. Nice, Frank. Take your right foot up to the sky. And as you do that, keep the core engaged. So we don't drop the body, but we keep it steady. Feel the hamstring muscle active. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Knee comes into the chest and hugs up, 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 making the body round. Spread the toes, take a deep breath in, look forward, and on the exhale, step forward. Good. Bring the back knee down on the ground. Bring the body up to vertical and 90 degrees. Just turning so you can see me better. Tendency here is to lift the hip of the front leg. So we want to just encourage that hip to go down. Tuck under to draw up. Right hand on the right knee to press down. Use that hand to help you press down. As we tuck under, we want to feel a stretch in the lease, and we help that stretch by lifting the left arm up even more. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Stick your butt back a little bit. Tuck under more. Tuck more. Yeah. Do you feel the stretch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. And keep this knee open. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And walk your front foot forward just a little bit. Keep this lift as you lean forward and twist. Press down in your left elbow and feel the whole muscles under the rib cage, coming to help you twist. Take the armpits back. You want to go towards that feeling of the anti-hump in the shoulder blade area. That front foot spreads wide, really roots down into the floor. Hands come to the floor, not downward dog. We're going in the reverse of where we started. So stretch the back leg, look forward, come up onto the knee. Yes, come up with hands on the knee. Find the buttock, lean forward and tap, 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 coming back. And stepping down. Was that fun? Circle the arms up to the sky. Let's take this again. Make a fist. Ears are over top of your shoulders. Core is actively drawing up. Pull the elbows sideways and find shoulder blades flat on the back. Keep coming all the way down. Can my shoulder blades stay flat on my back? Can I keep breathing in and out till the elbows touch my ribs? Turn your hand palms open. Release the hands and then just turn the hands in. Close your eyes. Deep breath in. Deep exhale. Let's try a balance pose. Yeah. Walk your feet together. Right. Take your tree pose. Start with your favorite leg. Breathing deeply. 2-finger rule. 1 finger there. Yeah, your favorite leg. So feeling all this strength that's hugging against the bones, not just in the legs, but in the core. Breathe. If you want, you can place your fingers on a chair, but only 1 finger for each hand till you find an evenness of hugging into the center. Lengthening out. If you want today, we can do this shoulder blade anti-hump arm. If you can go higher, Miriam, with that foot above the knee. Yes. And step down. Maybe some of you were just there. Yeah. You can pause the video if you watch the recording. Take your time. Other side. Again, remembering that you were literally hugging both together. Shoulder blades flatten on the back. You feel those muscles active. You can do a 1 finger. And step down, exhale. Good. Step your feet nice and wide. Turn on your mat. Bring your hands again onto your hips. Turn the toes in a little bit more. Bend the knees to ground the feet, not just to bend the knees. So really let your feet be like water. Lift up nice and tall, arch, up and back. And as you do this, feel that you're trying to stretch the belly and not just bend your back. Breathe, stay. Feel the incredible muscular energy coming up into your buttocks. So the buttocks are strong. When you're ready, forward folds, lifting in the core, keeping support. So as you forward bend, the core hugs in, and then the fingers come to the floor. Bend 1 knee, look to the side, press that foot into the ground. Come back to center, support in the core. Bend the other knee on your own, back to back. Each time you transfer, renew the energy of the belly hugging to the spine. If you'd like to go deeper, you can lift the heel off the floor and sit on the heel, turn and look at your foot. Take your time, one breath for each side. Coming back into center, rising up on the fingertips. And as you do that, feeling this hugging in the lower belly and a lengthening forward out the top of the head. Take your hands off to show yourself that you're not using the hands and float them onto your waist. Hugging into the spine, roll the shoulders back, lift the ears up in line with the spine, and feel the shoulder blades flat on the back come slowly up to standing, nice and strong. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Now, if we feel it in our knees, we were locking the knees. So we want to make sure we keep the muscles active. Turn the heels in and the toes out. Slide your hands down, sumo wrestler pose. Walk your feet a little bit wider if you want more outdashing. You're feeling it here in the inner thighs. I will now take my left shoulder, so join me in finding your left shoulder and twisting it forward. And as I twist my shoulder forward, I let the weight go through into the inside of my left knee, and I look away over the right shoulder, twisting my spine. Come back to center, gather together in the belly on the inhale. Exhale, right shoulder pushes right knee open, looking away. This way we keep the knees over top. As you gather together, think cat pose in the lower back. Exhale, twist. Push the knee open. Push the knee open. Come back together, little cat pose in the lower belly. Twist. Good. Come back to center. That's enough. Now, swing your hips underneath you. Work the outsides of your legs. See if you can come up to vertical. This is slightly painful in the thighs. Good. Breathe. Hands out to the side, in front of you. Gather in the belly and slowly open. Pull your armpits back. Armpits back, feel the shoulder blades. And one, take your ears back, Frank. Ears back, yes. One lion's roar. Breathe in deep. Stick your tongue out. What's that? You want to do another one? Inhale deep. Stick it out as far as you can. Stick your tongue out. Both of you are so shy. Inhale deep. Miriam, I can't see you, so. Good. Release your hands. Stretch your legs. And as you stretch your legs, firm up the muscles so the knees don't go clock. Oh, melt to the floor. What a wonderful, warm awakening. Taking bridge pose. Actually, I lied. We have to lay on our side because I want to show you a stretch for your neck that you can do in bed. So awesome. So lay on your side so you can see me. Knees into your chest, come completely on the side. And what you want to do here is have not the collapsing of your chest, but press down so that you really get those shoulders back. So you try to make use of, if you want to, sorry, look at me first, if you can't see me. You want to try to make use of the width of your shoulders. So you're actually hanging your head on very wide shoulders. So if you take your hand now underneath your neck, there should be a really huge curve here while you work strong shoulders. Now, you may just stay here and really try to feel the stretch. Otherwise, your top foot, you could reach back with your top arm and grab your ankle the under knee comes up for balance. Yeah, so bring the under knee up for balance. And so wide shoulders, heavy head, and stretching thigh. Pull the whole thigh, the hip away from your ear. Breathe. You should feel a stretch through the neck by reaching your hip, pulling on your arm. Are we breathing? One more breath. Exhale. Oh, how was that? Roll to the other side. I'll just switch like this so you can still. The most difficult part is maybe feeling this width of the shoulders. Pressing down in the shoulders so that put your hand under your neck and make sure that that shoulder is really far away from the neck. Notice both knees are up in front of you for balance, like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale deep, exhale deep. And checking, of course, that your head is not in front of you, but that your ears are right over top of your neck. When you want to, if you want to, reach up and back and hold on to that ankle. The knee starts to point straight to the bottom of your mat. Let it stretch and pull on the arm and the shoulder. So you're not doing an active bending. You're just letting the weight of your leg stretch the whole right, the whatever side you're on, shoulder area. Breathe. So the leg that's in your hand, the knee is heavy. Oh. Tendency here is to arch the back, so gently hug into the spine and let that knee get heavier. This is my right side. It's really tight. Of course, we have a tendency to be more tight on one side than the other. Breathe in deep. Exhale deep. And release. So you can do this one before you get out of bed every morning. Roll on your back. Let's try our bridge pose. So bend the elbows 90 degrees. Feet are close to your hips. And we're going for that anti-hump feeling in the shoulder blades. So press your head into the floor, lift your chest and hug the shoulder blades actually flat on your back already. Gentle scoop in the belly, lift the hips up and activate the backs of your legs by pressing the feet into the floor. Push the elbows down, hug the shoulder blades onto the spine. Big toe stays pressing down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. If you want to, reach your hands to your feet, hug the floor, or interlace your fingers and roll yourself to stand on your arms. Making sure that your neck has its curve so it's not flat. 2 more breaths. Use the backs of the legs. Now open your arms to this 90-degree elbow, anti-hump, and roll down. Roll down, pull your hips to your heels to lengthen your spine and feel a little bit that last moment where you press your lower back before you release it. Exhale. We don't have time for another one, but if you want, if you're going to watch this video again, please feel free to do another one. Open your knees sideways, bottoms of the feet touch each other. And again, the lower back has its gentle curve. So this time we let ourselves lay easily there. Let's go for this 90-degree anti-hump position in the arms. often called social sticker or scarecrow. Feel the shoulder blades hugging onto the back and try in 2 breaths to just let go in the hips. Keep the tension out of your mouth and put it where it belongs, in your hips, that you're trying to resolve the tension in the hips. Knees are getting heavy. Perhaps for some of us who have a tendency to overarch, those of us who are super flexible, we just have a gentle hug for stability in the belly. We're heading towards Shavasana, so listen carefully. Hopefully your mat is not too sticky. If it is, this won't work for you, but it's fun to do. Lift your ankles off the floor, pressing the little toe down more. Hold the lower belly and then slide the feet in towards Shavasana. Bring your arms down by your sides. Deep breath in. Receive the energy of your practice. When you receive the energy of your practice, you're essentially allowing all the warmth, all the light, all the good energy that's been filled with breath to travel to every cell by just simply being open. Allowing the intelligent body to lead. Finding some peace and energy, this beautiful balanced combination of energized and peaceful. Maybe the word grounded works for you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the air. Wiggle fingers and toes. Reaching the arms up over your head, stretching out through your legs. Walk your feet in, roll to the side. And you can push the top knee away from you, place the bottom hand in, and that helps to sit up easy. Your hands into prayer position in front of your heart. Feel this anti-hump opening on the shoulder blade area. Ears over top of your shoulders. And look down just with your eyes. Turn your eyes under behind your closed eyelids to your heart. Think of one thing you can be grateful for. Name it. Thank it. Bring your head back up, closing with one Om. Breathe in deep. Om. Okay. This also feels good. Coming back up. Merry Christmas. If you need to, I'll send you some links to some classes, although this one will be really good to repeat a few times over the course of the eating season, the eating and drinking season. I'm not sure if we're going to continue on Fridays in the new year. I am going to teach on Monday at Samana from 12 till 1:15, the old basic alignment class. And if you want, I can offer a hybrid version. So if you want to, but I'll put that in an email and let you guys think about that. We just don't have enough animo for this time frame on Friday, but there will be other options. You can come in the evening. Yeah,